back again. Hi, it's Paul from Paul's World of Movies, and today we're looking at Hamnet. Hamnet, which is a bit of classy, shall we say, once a bit of air classy, a William Shakespeare story based on supposedly William Shakespeare's experiences of his life, where he met his wife and created the story of Hamlet. It stars two Irish, some wonderful Irish actors in Paul Mescal and Jessica Buckley. Previous performances, Jessie Buckley was in Wicked Little Letters, which is a British comedy from last year, and Paul Mescal is probably quite famous for his role in Gladiator 2. Now, the director is Chloe Zhao, a Chinese director who most recent claim of fame probably is her Oscar win of 2020 when she directed the film Nomadland with Frances McDormand and won the Oscar for Best Film. So that's pretty impressive stuff. Now, on top of that, we have some great support, if you want to say that. For producer, we have Sam Mendes, and executive producer was Steven Spielberg, no less. So on paper, this should be a monster movie in the sense of success and ability, quality, etc. And to be honest, I'm not going to knock that. That's basically what you get. And it is a beautiful film. Shot, because it's the 17th century, it's a bit it's quite basic, the lifestyle they lead, etc. And there is a fantasy element to this film as well as a romance. It starts off with the connection between the two characters, so that's Will Shakespeare and Agnes, who come together and do what all couples do, fall in love, etc., and get married and all that. So there's a story there. Probably my only small complaint with that part of the story or the film is that it rushes along very quickly. Everything seems to happen, including the children, within what seems like 20 minutes. I'm sure it's not quite that short, but it seems like it. But obviously that's not the mainstay of the story, but it just seems a little bit quick. And it's a little bit difficult to sort of keep up with, because they show a scene where 1 minute Agnes is pregnant and the next minute she's given birth. And it's like, well, hey, hang on, that was 9 months. What happened there? But anyway. Now, overall, this is just a wonderful film. There's no doubt it is very romantic in places. And there is a softer side to it. Now, I think that is partly, now I'm not trying to be sexist here, but I think that's partly to the understanding that a female director tends to have about the depth of emotion in productions like this. Women really go for the jugular in the sense of how happy you would feel, or how sad you would feel, or how melancholy in a different way that you may feel. Whereas a lot of male directors will probably go for the action type thing and cut to the chase and move it. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it fast. Let's keep it loose. Whereas a lot of lady directors seem to really understand the emotion that's involved, and in this one it's quite intense in places, and I think that's purely down to the excellent direction from the director, no less. She gets it. She totally gets the emotion and takes the audience on a very much an emotional, I won't say the old classic roller coaster, but an emotional ride that ebbs and flows in the right places. And quite intently, as mentioned. So it looks beautiful, despite the fact that it's a very basic time of life. So there isn't much in the way of flash housing or anything like that. And it leads on to quite a dramatic ending, which I won't go into. But yeah, it's a very interesting and beautiful film. The positives about that is the look of it and the way it goes. The chemistry between the two leads is beautiful. You can really feel the magic that you would have in a new relationship and a intense relationship, be it a physical one or even an emotional one. The children are beautiful too. They're very well portrayed. The little boy Hamnet in himself, gorgeous little fella who he does a great job. And there's no faulting that. I've no real negatives, to be quite honest, with this film. Like I say, it's well made, great casting, like I say, and great background stuff with Spielberg and Sam Mendes. So yeah, I was just trying to find something that I did like about it, and I think the only thing I could really come up with was the fact, like I say, the first little bit of the film rushes along a little too quick for my liking. When you consider the film was over 2 hours long, it felt odd that the first bit was so rushed. But hey, you know, I mean, that's just me. Maybe that is just me. Like I said, it's not a waste of money by any means. It's good value for money, if anything, and I highly recommend you go see it in the cinema. So support your local cinemas, as I always say, and enjoy yourself. Have a good night. It's a great date night movie, if that's your thing. So score out of 10, well, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Bit of an old romantic in some ways. So yeah, why not? Enjoy yourself. Have a good night out, and I'll see you at the movies.
I'm here regarding the murder of Lord Davenport.
I'm afraid you're too late. Someone's already done it.